Welcome back to my vessel of light. Tonight we slow down and listen to the kind of sign that does not shout. A package arrives at Sophia's door, ordinary cardboard, light enough to be carried by a doubt. She did not order anything. There is a paper label with her name and a return address that looks like a library code. She carries the box to the table and breathes until her hands are steady. Inside is a library book wrapped in brown paper. On the paper, there is a single stamp in red ink that reads "Due tomorrow." The words feel heavier than the small book actually weighs. Sophia has not had a library card in years. She turns the book over in her hands, feeling the texture of cloth on the cover, the slight fray at the spine, the kindness of things that last. The title is simple, a collection of small essays about returning to oneself. The checkout card pocket remains on the inside back cover like a memory. There is no recent card, just quiet space. She opens to the first page and finds pencil notes in the margins. The handwriting looks like her own, softer than when she is efficient. The notes circle a sentence about taking back one morning. Sophia tastes recognition and pauses. She tries to remember when she might have read this book. She cannot. She reads the circled line again, then notices another mark near the bottom of the page. A small arrow points to a number written neatly. It looks like a date from years ago. She flips forward. More pencil notes. Short phrases she used to think but never said aloud. The notes do not explain a mystery. They behave like breadcrumbs. A page mentions a particular bench in the small park by the river. Another page underlines a bakery name she has almost forgotten. The stamp "Due tomorrow" sits in her chest like a soft bell. She sets the lamp closer and keeps reading. The book asks for an hour. She gives it. The room changes by becoming more honest. By the halfway point, Sophia realizes the notes describe a quiet plan, nothing grand, a series of small returns. A walk before work once a week, a letter written on Thursdays, a name forgiven without announcement. Between pages, she finds a folded receipt from a repair shop that fixes lamps and clocks. The date matches the old date from the first page. On the back, there is a single word written carefully. Begin. The handwriting slopes upward slightly, the way hope leans. She closes the book and holds it to her chest. She wonders whether she left this for herself, or whether the world sometimes collaborates kindly. The library stamp keeps repeating in her head, "Due tomorrow." It does not sound like pressure. It sounds like permission with a time frame, the gentle kind that helps a decision find its feet again. Sophia puts on her coat and carries the book to the door. Outside, the evening keeps its promises. The sky's the color of a soft envelope. The street smells like rain remembering how to fall. She walks toward the park mentioned in the notes. On the corner, the old lamp repair shop still glows. She makes a mental note to stop there on the way back if her courage remains awake. At the park, the river looks like a long mirror that does not insist on accuracy. The bench from the note waits under a tree that has known many conversations. She sits and sets the book beside her. The air holds a steady hush. She opens to the page with a bench and sees a line underlined twice. Sit here once a week and notice 3 good things. Return even when nothing feels good. She writes 3 quiet goods in her phone notes. The river moving without hurry. A child wearing boots too big, but walking bravely anyway. The way the cold makes honesty easier because pretending takes energy. Sophia breathes and feels something inside her right back. The book is not magic. It is a mirror that lets you recognize yourself without apology. She stands, led by one invisible suitcase she did not realize she carried. On the way home, she steps into the lamp and clock repair shop. The bell above the door sounds like a memory greeting itself. The owner looks up with the calm of someone who trusts slow timing. He asks whether she needs a lamp or a clock today. Sophia smiles and says both, which is another way to say light and time. He laughs softly and shows her a small desk lamp with a brass stem. Next to the lamp sits a simple clock with clear numbers and a gentle tick. No alarms, no urgent beeps, just time being itself. She imagines the lamp beside the book and the clock reminding her kindly. She buys both, and the owner wraps them in paper that sounds like careful rain. Back home, she places the lamp on the table, sets the clock where she will see it, and opens the book again. Near the end, she finds one more note in the margin. It mentions the library hours and a suggestion. Return what guided you, then borrow the next small thing. Let your returns become a rhythm you can keep. The book never tells her exactly what to do. It suggests a shape. Small moves repeated kindly are larger than one dramatic move postponed forever. She writes that sentence on a sticky note for the refrigerator. The due tomorrow stamp makes sense now. It is not a rule from outside. It is a gift of timing. A quiet consequence that helps a choice happen. She places the book by the door with her keys. Morning arrives with the soft confidence of a plan that fits. She walks to the library when the doors open. The building smells like paper and beginnings. The person at the desk looks like someone who understands returns. Sophia explains the package and the notes that look like her own. The person does not offer a theory. They offer a smile that says sometimes things find us by the route we can receive them. They check the system and say the book belongs to general circulation, not a special collection. No record attaches to her name. The book simply made it home by an interesting road. Would she like to borrow something new? Sophia asks for recommendations about essays that help people begin again without burning down their lives. The person brings 2 books that look like warm conversations. Sophia borrows both, thanks them, and opens the door to a day that feels wider. On the way home, she stops at the park bench for a moment and notices 3 good things without trying. A neighbor waving to a dog as if greeting a friend. A cloud shaped like an open hand. Her own shoulders not bracing. She returns home and places the new books by the lamp. She sets the clock to the correct time and listens to its gentle tick approve of the room becoming simpler. She writes a short message to herself. Today I returned what helped me and borrowed what will help me next. I will repeat this quietly until my life believes me. She sticks that message inside the book jacket as if shelving a promise. Late afternoon brings a calm hour. Sophia makes tea, opens one of the new books, and reads until the words start to breathe through her instead of at her. She stops before exhaustion. She adds a calendar reminder named Return Kindly. The reminder repeats weekly. It is not a demand. It is an appointment with her own momentum. The clock approves by continuing to be a clock. The lamp approves by continuing to be light. Weeks pass the way good habits do by disappearing into who you are. Sophia notices that she apologizes less for resting and explains less when choosing what nourishes her. People who love her seem relieved by her relief. On a quiet Thursday, she returns to the library, slides the first of the new books across the desk, and borrows another. The person at the desk nods like a gardener noticing a seedling becoming itself. Sophia walks out into a day that looks achievable without heroics. She recognizes that progress can be humble and still be real. She feels taller in a way that has nothing to do with height and everything to do with belonging. If you have a due tomorrow somewhere in your life, let it be permission instead of pressure. Return what you are finished with. Borrow what helps the next gentle step. Repeat until the path recognizes your feet. My vessel of light exists so you do not have to begin in the dark. If this story stayed with you, like this video so the candle can travel farther, and subscribe to my vessel of light for tomorrow. Leave one word in the comments that you want to bring back into your life. I am reading. Until then, may your returns be kind and your beginnings steady, and may you feel at home where you stand.